It bothers me, man. This anti-Semitism stuff, in my opinion, and I think that some of it is intentional anti-Semitism, and I think other people are falling for anti-Semitic propaganda. This is what I think is truly going on.
Hey guys, it's David Konnikov, and I wanted to shed light on one of our incredible allies, the officer Tatum. And he is fed up with Jew hatred all over the internet, and he's speaking up about it. Check it out.
So many kids that are malnutrition and kids are going to die and all this other stuff. But I want you to put this in perspective, and this is the most important thing that I'm going to say in this video. Put your thinking cap on. If Hamas is willing to take money, aid, and the financial success that should go to Palestinians in Gaza to build 300 miles of tunnels, bombs, they're building these under schools and hospitals, and they make the decision to subject their own citizens to a war that never needed to happen and should not have taken place. They flew into Israel and they killed, pillaged, raped, mutilated innocent children, parents, and people who are going to that festival. And they murdered them. And they not only murdered them, they recorded the murder and slaughter and beheading of these people. And they kidnapped hundreds and took them back into Gaza. What type of respect would a person have for an organization that would do that to their own people? They've deprived them of financial success. They've deprived them of aid. They've deprived them of money. They take the money, they build tunnels, they do all of these things, but not supporting their own people. And then you think that them going out and killing and doing destructive stuff and then go hide behind their citizens, that somehow they have their citizens' best interests at heart. That somehow in this conflict, that when they get pallets of material, they don't have a vested interest to lie about the pallets that they get, or to destroy certain things so the people have famine, so it can push their propaganda against Israel. This is not just a military propagandist perspective. This is also to make the world think that Israel is the bad guy and they're the good guy. Nobody's verifying none of these stories. Nobody's verifying that these kids are really, some people have deformed children and they put them up on the camera and saying, look, this is what happened when that kid is malnutritious because of other reasons. But the compulsion, which bothers me, is that we believe them, even though we don't have any reason to believe they have more integrity than Israel. You don't see Israelis going and flying into other people's country and recording themselves, beheading citizens and taking people hostage. Have you ever seen anything like that? You don't see Israelis going and setting bombs on them and blowing up in plazas and doing stuff like 9/11 and doing stuff like the Post nightclub. You don't see Israelis doing stuff like that. So why do you openly project biasly that these people are wrong, but these people are right? If you think Israel is wrong, you should also question Gaza and Hamas. But how in the world do you say these people are bad and they have a legitimate government where they employ Palestinians and tons of Palestinians live, operate, move, function in Israel? And then you go to this side where Israelis can't even go to Gaza, but everything they say is true. Everything they say is real. None of this is propaganda. And then when they show pictures and stuff of certain things, you believe everything you see. Come to find out these are videos and stuff from a conflict that happened years ago, but nobody's willing to verify it. It bothers me, man. This anti-Semitism stuff, in my opinion, and I think that some of it is intentional anti-Semitism, and I think other people are falling for anti-Semitic propaganda. This is what I think is truly going on. When your default statement is to hate a nation, that you wouldn't hate other nations, or hate a nation for doing certain things you wouldn't hate another nation for doing. That tells you that something is wrong. When you say, I don't like Hamas, but I care for the Palestinian people, why can't you also say, I don't like the Israeli government, but I do care for the Israeli people? You would never hear these anti-Semitic people say that. They care about Iranian people and the innocent people in Iran that don't deserve this. It's the government, it's not the people. They're willing to say that, but they're not willing to say that about Israel. Because it's not just the government, it's the people too. And they run the world, and they hate the world, and they're here to destroy everybody. And everything is a Mossad operation. And it's like, you don't say that in Iran, who kill Christians, kill Americans, the women are covered up from head to toe and ankle, push it in a fake religion, and we don't say anything. I had to get this off my chest, man. And some of y'all not gonna like the video, and I don't do these videos for you to like them. I do these videos to share the truth and how I feel about things. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna stop talking about this stuff. I'm so sick of the anti-Semitic propaganda on TV. I'm so sick of it online, and nobody has the courage to say anything about it. I'm not Israeli. I feel like I don't have a need to have to go too deep into this, but I keep seeing so much propaganda and lies and deception, and it makes me have to say something. I can't just sit around and act like this ain't happening, but then I cover everything else. It's like, no, when I see fake stuff, I see fake stuff. Go look at my stories and you tell me how many of those videos are real. I literally saw propaganda once. I shared it, and then I just keep scrolling. Propaganda. Every single Gaza video is propaganda. I could have posted every one I've seen for the last 15 minutes, but I didn't post all of them. I picked the ones that are the most egregious. I'm propaganda. Quit believing a lie, man. I don't understand why people believe a terrorist organization, and then they believe people that support a terrorist organization over Israel.
I felt that was an important video to highlight because a lot of Jews feel alone, and they feel like they're the only ones fighting for Judaism and Israel, obviously, around the world. But I actually would argue just the opposite. I would argue that, in fact, the best Israel advocates, the best defenders against anti-Semitism are actually non-Jews, actually people that are not of the Jewish faith. Douglas Murray, the officer Tatum, Bridget Gabrielle, Mossab Hassan Youssef, just to name a few. There's so many out there that are putting their own credibility on the line because, again, there's a lot of money where Jew hatred is involved. There's a lot of clicks to be had with Jew hatred, but these people decide to put that aside and think, I'm going to have moral clarity. I understand what happened in the past, and I don't want that to happen again. For more, subscribe to the channel. If you want to help us make more of these videos and support us, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Jewish Uncensored. You can also go to our new merchandise page, and that's one of the merch you'll see right there. And you can check it out at IsraelUncensored.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.